So, welcome to my Connect 4 Photoshop thing. So I started off by crossing out the 4 because I wanted this to be a Connect 5 thing. And you'll see the joke with that later on because it's not just like 5 in a row. I did some more that kind of just revolved around the 5 later on. So I first had to find a font that kind of matched with the Connect part because, yeah. And so, there's not fonts that match exactly, so I just kind of found one that sort of worked. And yeah, that's all I used. I just got a big font, typed out 5, moved it down so it was in line nice. Then I went in to go change the yellow wordings, and I need to make that 5 so it would match with what was up there. And this time I just wrote it in because I didn't want to find a font that matched with it. And then I went over to the checkers part and I changed that to say hand. And so this is for a reason that you'll understand in just a second, because I took the 5 part and I made it to where I was essentially photoshopping in a bunch of hands and putting them over the little checkers. So that's kind of why I called it Connect 5. So I tried to remove the white background. Didn't go too well to start. I tried to remove the white background, didn't go too well at the start, but then I figured out how to do it by just simply making it a separate layer and then erasing the white part of that layer. So it was a pretty easy fix that I just didn't think of. So I started to carefully erase around the hand so it would be just the plain hand. So it wasn't perfect, but it was well enough. And so I got that, and then I started to try and figure out how to copy it onto everything else after I did a little bit more details here. Got that out. Then I tried to copy the hands to go over all of the red ones. I did something else for the black ones, and you'll see that in a minute. So I started to copy it after I erased the bottom of the hand there so it wouldn't take up as much space. So then I started to copy the layer, which is what I'm doing right now. It's just copying a bunch of them. But I came up with this idea, where I could, make the hands black for the black ones. So that was my idea, is to just color them in completely black so it would match with the scheme. So that took me a minute to figure out how to neatly color it in, because I knew there was a way you could get a layer above the hand where you could only color in the hand. It took me a minute to get it to work, but eventually it did work, so I got that to work. And then after I got that in, I got out the black pencil and I just colored it completely in so it would match with the color scheme of the game. So yeah, that was pretty easy. There were some things I could have done, like turn down the opacity on the color thing so it wouldn't cover up the hand completely, which I kind of wish I'd done that now. But hey, it still works. So then I tried to find a way to copy the hand to all the other black things, but that didn't work. So I just decided to put that on hold and just do all of the red ones. So I would copy them, move it over, and this took me a while to do. It looks fast now, but yeah, it's just a laborious process to keep on hitting copy layer. Yes, I would like to copy it to the same layer and then move it all the way over, and yeah, but it was pretty easy, wasn't that bad. So I got them all over, and then I had to find a way to get the black hand onto the other black chips, which was, again, a bit harder than I thought it would be, because, yeah. So I had to undo my putting together the layers, which means I had made all the hands into one layer, but I had to undo that so they were all separate layers so I could make an extra copy of the hand. So I did that. And then I started to copy that into 13 separate hands so that I could cover all the black tiles. And I know I'm missing a red one down there. I'll fix that later on. So I moved them all over. And then I made all of the hands into one layer. And then I just put a clipping mask above the layer so I could only color in those hands so it would match the color scheme. Then I went on to add in some final details like the 2 missing hands. And that was pretty much the end of my Photoshop process for this whole thing. So yeah, it was pretty fun and I like the way it turned out. So yeah, that's how the whole thing went. Connect 5. The original Connect 5 hand game. So yeah, this was overall a pretty fun thing to do. I enjoyed doing it. It was fun to make Connect 4 into Connect 5, the original vertical 5 in a row hand game. So yeah, I enjoyed doing it. It took me about 25 to 30 minutes to do it, so it wasn't a long process. There are some things I wish I had done, like as I said in the video, turn the opacity down on the hands so it was kind of see-through so you could still see the outline of the hand, but it worked well enough for me to do whatever I needed to do. So yeah, overall I'm happy with how it turned out. So yeah, there's not much more to say. See ya.